What's up, you guys? It's Charnicia J and I'm back with another video. If you're new here, go ahead and hit that subscribe button to join a platform where we talk about, create, and experience life, design, and fashion. Also, hit the notification bell to be notified every time I post. Don't forget to like this video. So if any of you guys have been a subscriber from the very beginning of my channel, then you might remember me doing something called Fashion Inspiration Tuesdays that probably only lasted a couple of weeks. Well, I've been inspired to bring it back to this channel, but this time it will be Fashion History Friday. Since we are in February, it's Black History Month, and for the remaining Fridays of this month, I will be highlighting fashion designers and icons who have inspired me as a fashion and graphic designer, along with many others who were impacted by their craft. This Friday's Black designer who helped shape fashion history is none other than Kimora Simmons. You guys, when I was a little girl, other than Beyonce and Britney Spears, when it came to fashion, I was obsessed with Kimora Simmons. Before I knew anything about a Tom Ford, it was Kimora Simmons. And from watching her show, Kimora Life in the Fab Lane, I just knew that I was a designer, and that was definitely gonna be the life for me. Kimora Simmons is an American entrepreneur, fashion designer, TV personality, author, philanthropist, and model. Kimora Simmons, who is now known as Kimora Leissner due to her most recent marriage, was born on May 4th, 1975 as Kimora Lee Perkins to her mother, Joanne Perkins, who is of Japanese and Korean descent, and her African-American father, Vernon Whitlock Jr., in St. Louis, Missouri. After her parents' separation, Kimora was solely raised by her mother. She attended Lutheran North High School in St. Louis, Missouri. By the age of 11, Kimora was already 5'10" and bullied in school due to her height, frame, and mixed heritage. To build her self-esteem and confidence, her mother enrolled her in modeling classes. By age 13, Kimora Simmons was awarded a modeling contract from French fashion house Chanel. At age 14, she moved to Paris to work under renowned designer Karl Lagerfeld. She walked the runway for other designers like YSL, Valentino, and Fendi. She was also featured heavily in magazines like Harper's Bazaar magazine. In a People Weekly magazine interview, she expressed how proud she was of all that she had achieved with her God-given body.
Cinderella fairy tale fame wears magnificent clothes, is touched by magic, and has to be home by midnight or else. Cinderella in real life is Kimora Perkins, a 15-year-old high school student. She lives in St. Louis, but the world is her pumpkin, and she shares it with us in today's Inside Story. She's only 15 years old and is the toast of the international high fashion world. And this gorgeous 6-foot-tall model leads a double life. Part of the time, she's that real-life Cinderella who dresses up for the ball. But back home in St. Louis, Missouri, she's 10th grade student Kimora Perkins.
The gorgeous gowns, and it's easy to get wrapped up in it. But no, it didn't overtake me, because I knew I still had to take off the gown and come home and go back to school, so it was easy to keep my feet on the ground.
Kimora spends 12 weeks out of the school year away from home, working in Europe and New York for the likes of Chanel and Yves Saint Laurent. Although she won't turn 16 until next May, she's remarkably mature and says that she's able to keep her distance from the darker undersides of her seemingly glamorous profession.
People get caught up on mental and psychological trips, and they get into things like drugs and alcohol, and they're dating people to get certain places. And some people get really confused as to why they're there. There's a lot of things like that going on. Do this will make you better, this will make you prettier, this will make you feel good, and when you're stressed out, drink this will make you feel, oh God, you have to really watch out for that.
The wild and sensual nightlife of Paris might be tempting to a young teenaged girl from the heart of the American Midwest, St. Louis. But Kimora says that she's been able to steer clear of older men who can be considered model groupies.
She built lifelong relationships with many people, including fellow runway model Tyra Banks. After all of her achievements in the modeling world, she began to venture into the entrepreneurship world. After meeting music mogul Russell Simmons at the age of 17 during New York Fashion Week, she had an off-again, on-again relationship with him for 6 years. In December of 1998, she married music mogul Russell Simmons, who had his own menswear line called Fat Farm. In 1999, Kimora Lee Simmons created the brand Baby Phat under the Phat Fashions umbrella to give women a voice in the booming streetwear industry. The label offered mini skirts, crop tops, low-rise jeans, and of course the bedazzled, curvy cat logo inspired by Kimora's cat, Max. She democratized fashion with her belief that no matter your size or heritage, what united the baby fat girl was a desire to look good, feel great, and do it on a dollar. She and her daughters regularly appeared in campaigns for her brand during a time when it was not popular for designers to be seen in their own campaigns. The brand expanded to lingerie and baby fat fragrance.
The lingerie collection was really great. I felt like a lot of it was based around what I already do and what I've done, and that's great that I can have an impact and be very, noticeable in my style.
There was even a baby fat prepaid Rush Visa debit card. Motorola also partnered with the brand to create the Baby Phat cell phone. Kimora Lee Simmons became one of the first Black women to run a billion-dollar company. We millennials may know and remember her from her reality TV show on Style Network, Kimora Life in the Fab Lane.
Tell everybody, Kimora's coming.
Reality is about to hit Kimora Lee Simmons.
I think I'm like your normal everyday person. I have issues and kids and family and jobs to juggle and balance.
She's a model.
Why don't you eat something?
I can't, I'm on a diet. What do you propose I eat?
She's a mom.
You put that jewelry in that oatmeal? Not quite a soccer mom.
And she's a mogul.
Who said the meeting was at 4 o'clock? I'd like to know so I can fire them. Don't play with me.
The Style Network takes us on an in-depth journey of the crazy life of this ghetto fabulous diva.
Kimora resigned from her Baby Phat brand in 2010. She went on to work with other companies such as Kimora Lee Simmons brand and Just Fab, among many others. In 2019, she announced that she was relaunching the Baby Phat brand.
Talk to us about this new announcement that you have today, because it is actually very exciting and it goes to your entrepreneurship as well.
Yes, so as a part of, I'm excited to actually announce this on International Women's Day, but I have a brand, it's called Baby Phat, Baby Phat by Kimora Lee Simmons, that I started 20-something years ago, and I've recently just purchased that company back, and so I'll be relaunching that and rolling that out this year. And for many people who know me and know of my start, then they remember that it's always been kind of a family journey for me. And I have 2 little girls, Ming and Aoki. I also have 2 young boys, Kenzo and Wolf. But Ming and Aoki, they kind of know from the show and from always being with me in the atelier and in the design room and going down the runway. So now they're older, 16 and 19, and they will be helping me with the reins, so to speak, helping me at the helm.
There were concerns about whether Forever 21 would downgrade the value and quality of the Baby Phat brand. Either way, whether you experienced the impact that Kimora Lee Simmons and her Baby Phat brand had on Black fashion during the early 2000s or in 2019, it is a fact that Kimora and her brand celebrated Black fashion before the rest of the industry deemed it cool.